We are underway here in Naperville in the 2024 season that will sail over the head of the returners, and the Cardinals will come out on offense for the first time, led by the reigning Gallardi Trophy winner, the reigning Division III Football Player of the Year, graduate student quarterback Luke Lanin.
Yeah, there's not enough superlatives to talk about this kid. We were talking a little bit before the broadcast started about some unfinished business, and I feel like he and this entire Cardinal offense, entire Cardinal team, feel that they've got some things to take care of this year and are trying to get things dialed in order to make that happen.
That room is deep as ever. Lanin on the play-action pass, rolls to his right and fires for Skokna, who makes a diving catch at the 45. First down Cardinals on the first passing play of the day. Skokna, the junior from Hinsdale, Illinois, makes his 6th catch of the year and goes over 100 yards receiving on the season.
Boy, what a pitch and catch. I mean, he led him absolutely perfectly. And he was covered pretty well here.
Cardinals are in the no huddle. Sacco remains the running back, 4 wide receivers for Lanin. WashU shows blitz out of their 3-4 defense. Lanin on the QB keeper pushes ahead for a gain of about 5. CCIW Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, exactly right.
A guy who, he had good numbers at CUC, but again, it's always hard to project from playing on a team that struggles a bit to a team like North Central. And Egbo there right on the left side of your picture, number 9, really made that step up comfortably to this level. And he's a leader now on that defensive line. 3rd down and 7 from midfield for WashU. Shifting forward is Hamilton. Cardinals bring a blitz. Moore stands in toward the sideline, and it's broken up. Defending number 27, Kenny Rutherford, the sophomore, a player who also has stepped up big so far this season, goes from a freshman who only occasionally played on special teams to a starter this year at safety. WashU bring a blitz. Lanin QB draw, has some room, easily has the first down to the far sideline, has a blocker on the corner. Lanin puts on the brakes and some moves inside the 25, down to the 20. The reigning Player of the Year showing his stuff.
And that's that X factor. I mean, how do you account for that? The blitz looked great. The DBs were in fantastic coverage, so he couldn't get rid of the football. But how do you, unless you spy the guy, how do you account for that?
And that was a fully designed run. That was not a check down by Lanin. They called a QB draw on 3rd and 11. It also helps, and we laud this every year.
Every year, I know what you're going to say.
The wide receivers and their blocking is so good downfield. Well, speaking of which, I believe Mr. Parody has been judged to be blocking too well downfield.
and I think that's what it was, too. I didn't see anything dirty.
This is going to come back a bit. The first down stands. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. 1st and 10 Cardinals at the 39 to take nothing away from Luke Lanin's efforts there. 2 tight end set here for the Cardinals. And an opportunity now for the WashU offense, once again led by Levi Moore. Back to throw on 1st down. In trouble and sacked, John Sullivan.
John Sullivan with the Ben Hare fist pump, too.
Again, you can't say enough about the impression he made midway through last season. He was a scout team player for most of last year. They had some injury issues along the defensive line, particularly the All-American Dan Lester, who had left. They had more injuries behind Lester. Sullivan stepped up, started the last 5 or 6 games, and just walked into this season as the incumbent. Free play for WashU. The Cardinals were offside. Jump ball is incomplete.
I thought that their right tackle moved.
The starting quarterback has been Clark Stevens. He's thrown for 377 yards already this year. A big test here, though, for the passing game of WashU, though we have not seen a run for Moore yet, surprisingly. Cardinals blitz again on 3rd down. Moore steps up, and Garrigan wraps him up for the sack. His first as a Cardinal.
Yeah, I think schematically they've found the answer here. You've got a blitz and pressure.
Quoting Brad Spencer, quote, "He's a stud. I'll be shocked if he's not an all-conference player this year," he said of Garrigan. And that's one of those guys that this Cardinal team, Grant, just keeps finding. The guys from higher levels who maybe either want to move close to home and or aren't getting the playing time they'd like. They come here to North Central and can take on starring roles. As the punt is away, high in the air, waving for a fair catch is Parody, which he makes at the 18-yard line. The snap is over his head, and now he's just got to prevent a touchdown. Dose will slide and cover up, throw the ball forward. It's still loose. A flag did not come out there for any sort of illegal forward pass, and the referees now have all sorts of things to sort out.
I actually think that this is a safety.
I agree.
Because he was in the end zone with possession of the football and on the ground. I think it's a safety.
Are they going to say, though, that this is a pass, given that no one had touched him?
It was on the ground.
Lots of issues here as the snap went way over the head. They are going to call this a
safety.
They are going to call it a safety.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's a safety for WashU. They're on the board and will get the football.
And actually, the safety here is what I would have coached this punter to take.
Yeah, just cover. Don't throw that ball.
No, because then you give it to him, on the 3-yard line or whatever, and a potential, touchdown situation here. Yeah, the safety is the right call.
Trost in motion. 4th and 4. Moore over the middle. It was broken up and then caught. It's going to be short. Zach Orr made the initial play. Turnover on downs. Lavery, play action. Looking long, looking for Rummel. Touchdown.
Boy, and he put the exact right amount of mustard on that football to lay it right in there. He learned from that overthrow early on. Laid that in there just like he was playing catch in the yard.
It's a first career touchdown pass for Calvin Lavery. Jack Rummel gets his 3rd of the season, 52 yards. Carter over toward the sideline, Fields at his own 6. Looked like a block in the back there, and the flags are out. Mikhail Carter reaches forward. This one, though, going to be a half the distance to the goal situation.
Yeah, I saw it, and so did 2 of the officials, and so did you. That was pretty clear.
Yeah, often we try to wait till the play is over to mention that there's a flag, but sometimes it is so important to what's going on out there, and I'm sure many of you saw that at home just like we did.
It was egregious.
1st and 10 Cardinals. 18 seconds left in this first half. Joe Sacco, the running back. Lavery again to throw. WashU blitzes again. Lavery steps up. His pass was tipped. Rummel juggles and catches. Rummel inside the 10 is laid out at the 5. What a play by Jack Rummel.
Wow. Wow.
And then some WashU players just went running the other way. What on earth just happened?
I don't know. Are they just trying to?
Huh?
I don't know. They're resetting the.
WashU is claiming a fumble.
Oh.
Rummel got hit here, and the refs blew the whistle. We take another look right here.
Well, he was out of bounds anyway.
So, yeah, he was out of bounds before the ball came out. 1st and goal, 10 seconds. Clock stopped. Lavery dumping it off. Sacco around a tackle is out of bounds. This is a 19-yard attempt. Out of the hold of Dose. Kick is blocked. What a special teams half for the WashU Bears. The clock is all zeros, and we head to the break. North Central with a 14-2 lead, but the visitors from St. Louis, Grant Sabo, have to be feeling pretty good about how this first half has ended.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not exactly what they wanted, but they're hanging around, and they're certainly in position to strike here. Bounces keep going their way. They're making things happen on special teams. Offensively, they're moving the ball, not as much as they want to, but at least a little bit, and defensively, you're getting goal line stops here. If WashU can get their offense clicking, then this game can change pretty dramatically.
North Central has thrown 2 interceptions. They have taken a safety on a bad snap on a punt. They've had a field goal blocked. They still lead 14-2 behind an excellent defensive effort so far here in this 2024 opener at Benedetti Worley Stadium. We will take a break here at halftime. You're watching North Central Cardinals football on NorthCentralCardinals.com. And I thought we might see Clark Stevens just to mix it up a bit, but it is still number 6, the sophomore from Nashville, behind center here on 1st down from the 31. Play action, Moore over the middle, intercepted by Zach Orr.
Diving pick, wow. I really thought that was going to be a completed pass. I didn't think Orr had a shot at it, and man, did he.
He broke up a pass earlier in the first half, lurking similarly. We thought he might have his eyes on Colin Goldberg today, and he jumps that route for the pick. 4th down and 5, we'll call it. Lanin rolling, in some trouble, back to the other side. He's got Skopna to the house. Touchdown, North Central.
I hated everything about that play. That was horrendous, and it resulted in a touchdown. That was crazy. Lanin losing yardage as he rolls out, throwing all the way across his body, across the field, which is usually a recipe for a pick, and it results in that. Holy cow.
On 4th down, it's a 38-yard touchdown pass to Thomas Skopna.
Goodness gracious.
His first career receiving touchdown. So Lanin going back in for a hampered Lavery says that Lanin was not ruled out. He was taken out as a precaution. Meanwhile, Miles Walton to the house.
Well, what a run and what a block downfield.
No flags.
Huge run after the catch.
Miles Walton gets his first TD of the season, the second of his career on just his second reception of 2024. And it's amazing how Luke Lanin re-enters the field and the Cardinals offense is humming.
Yeah, immediately comes alive, and a lot better than it was before he got hurt.
Cardinals drop into coverage. Johnston to the end zone, looking for Ginsburg. Touchdown. What a grab. He leapt over Garrigan, and the WashU offense has their first points here in Naperville.
Boy, nice throw and catch.
Zach Ginsburg makes his first touchdown reception of 2024. And how about the throw from Luke Johnston? Putting in his resume
right on
for
the
the
money.
starting job in the first week of November.
Yeah.
And then we would anticipate, don't count your chickens, but we would anticipate another home game in November on Thanksgiving weekend.
Right.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Lanin on the fake, rolls over the middle. What a catch, Jacob Parody. 1st and goal, North Central. Chisholm remains in the game. Will he get another shot here to score? Chisholm looking for the end zone. He's got it this time. Touchdown, Cardinals. 2nd and 14. Under 3.5 minutes to go. Thanks for spending some of your Saturday afternoon with us here on NorthCentralCardinals.com. Welcome back, Cardinals fans. Johnston looking left the whole way. Daniel jumped the route. Jamar Daniel, pick 6.
Yeah, the receiver just really wasn't looking for that one and was kind of running upfield. It was an easy jump route, an easy route jump from Jones.
Jamar Daniel gets his 3rd career interception. We'll take another look. Johnston was looking left the entire way. We saw it. Jamar Daniel saw it. This was just too easy. North Central's defense gets a touchdown for all their efforts today.